The French and Belgian people are so funny about what's proper and what's not. There were so many people who opened the door in their underwear. Like, I remember in the summertime, like so many people, they just opened the door. Like, we had a neighbor upstairs. We made them cookies once, and we knocked on the door, and he opened it in his underwear. He was about 350-pound guy, and I thought, okay, this is proper for them. But in terms of etiquette, talking loudly is so obnoxious, especially if you're speaking in English. So if you're on the metro, you're on the tram, you're on the bus, if you're speaking, and it's always rude to speak a different language around people who don't understand, but kind of speaking in a softer voice. I remember I got home. I'm normally a very loud person, and I remember when I got home, my family they were like, "Oh my goodness, like you speak so quietly, like you're whispering." And I thought, "Oh wow!" And even on my mission, I always thought I was still the loud one, but maybe everyone's just that much softer than me when they speak. And in terms of when you're eating, maybe I hadn't been invited to many dinner parties beforehand, but one thing that's always a good rule is to kind of follow the woman of the household and how she eats. Like, if you have no idea how to hold whatever forks are in front of you, if you have no idea how to spread the cheese that's given, then kind of look to the woman of the household to see, or for elders to kind of look at the gentleman of the house, the brother in the house. So the French and Belgian people are so funny. They're all about their days off, and they have Catholic holidays spread out all throughout the year. There's the Day of Ascension, where Mary went up to heaven. There's, so many different holidays where I'm like, is that really in the Bible? Like, okay, well, they celebrate it. And the French and Belge are huge about their vacances, and the vacances is their 2-month off vacation. I was serving in a tiny city in the north of France during vacances, and none of the buses ran. We actually had to get a car because there were just no buses, especially on the weekends. And some people didn't want to go to church on vacances. They're like, "Oh, are you going? But it's vacation." And I thought, no, we're going to church. And a lot of them go to the south of France, so you might lose members of your bishopric for 2 months. You might lose, your ward mission leader for a few weeks, but, we do that in America too, so that's totally understandable. And some people, their vacances is just closing their blinds and staying inside, and I just thought that was so great. Another custom is and this is more predominant in the smaller villes, the smaller cities, but the sieste, which is kind of a little nap they take in the afternoon from 12 to 2. And I really only noticed it when I was serving in a really small city in France. And we'd knock on the door and people would say, "Oh, these are sacred hours for me. Like, I don't talk during these times. I only nap." I thought that was so cute. A lot of stores would close down. Like, there was a nice sandwich shop we liked that if we wanted lunch there, we'd have to go there either before 12 or after 2 because they closed down for the sieste. But in the bigger cities like Paris, Paris, doesn't sleep. Well, that's not true. Paris sleeps, but Paris is just going, and they don't take their little nap, and they don't in Belgium either. And I think that's mostly because of the influx of different cultures. And other cultures are like, "What? No, we're good. We'll work during those hours."